Alright guys, CLM today. We're replacing the C instead of Coors Light. We're doing some coffee. We're doing a coffee talk. And the topic we're doing it on is the top 10 reasons why you should live in Iowa. Go.
All right, guys, so number 10. We're going to come at you with number 10. We're going to go, obviously, down and then back up to number 1. And that's going to be, it's easy to get to any major city in Iowa. Let us explain. So, you can go, you're about 5 hours away from pretty much anywhere. Wouldn't you say that, Joe?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, what are some of the big cities that we can get to in less than 5 hours?
You can get to Chicago, so you can fly out of Chicago, you can go anywhere. You can go to Madison, you can go to Kansas City. Minneapolis you can go to. Nashville's stretching it, that's about 7, but those are some big ones right there.
St. Louis?
Yep, St. Louis is 4.5.
So what we're trying to say is, everybody says, oh, you can't get flights, you can't do this. We have an international airport that's 15 minutes away. So it doesn't go everywhere, but it goes a pretty good amount of places, and you can get to other places very quickly with really big airports. So number 10 on this list of reasons to live in Iowa, it's easy to get to all those amazing big cities for some reason you love to go to. But if you're watching this video, maybe you don't love them all that much.
Got our coffees. It's what we needed. It's what the boys needed.
Yep.
Back to it.
So we are back with number 9. And number 9 is a little bit different because in Iowa, we're looking at college towns. Not professional sports teams, but a lot of college sports teams. A nice home college town feel. The Iowa Hawkeyes, you've got the Iowa State Cyclones. I don't even like saying their name, or little brother, and you've got UNI. So you've got some pretty big, 3 pretty big major colleges, and the communities really rally around these schools. They gather around these cities. They keep them very nice. So not having a professional sports team may seem like a con for some, but for us, it's definitely a pro because we get our sports fill from these colleges, and you get a more community aspect. So a college sports team for us is a big-time pro.
So number 8 we're going to come at you here is going to be the low crime rate that we have in Iowa. In 2019, per 100,000 people in Iowa had 266 violent crimes relative to 380 per 100,000 for the United States, which is much lower, clearly. In 2019, the murders in Iowa, 60 total. That's it.
Also, Iowa in the year of 2021 had a $1.24 billion surplus. What that means for crime is typically the states who are making money have less crime, vice versa. The states that are the poorest typically have more crime. Iowa officially has the 2nd lowest crime rate in the Midwest. So if you're looking at moving to Iowa, low crime could be a great option for you.
Number 7 is a huge one for me, and it is the space that we have available to us here in Iowa. If you like reaching out your front door and touching your neighbor, well, Iowa might not be the place for you. But if you like some space and you like to have land and a little bit of wiggle room and go cut your grass in your underwear if you want to, Iowa's definitely the place.
All right, guys, so we just got done with number 7. We are back with number 6, and that is going to be no traffic, or very little traffic, I would say.
Yeah, here in Iowa, for sure. I mean, I can get to work, and it usually takes me 10 minutes. If there is traffic in Iowa here, it takes me about 14 minutes. So that's good stuff. Can't really beat that compared to like a Chicago, take you 2.5 hours to get to work. Like that's not in the cards here.
I mean, there are seriously people that spend half of their day in a car.
Yeah, you might be that person actually.
In a car.
This video.
Like that doesn't, here in Iowa, that doesn't happen.
That doesn't
you would see murder on the streets because you don't sit in traffic.
No,
you literally do not. I mean, if you look at how we're driving right now.
Yep.
that for the most part is every single day, and there's 400,000-ish people around us, and yeah, you just don't have very much traffic. Every once in a while you'll hit a light a couple times, but not having traffic is a huge deal for us, and especially when we visit major cities, we are like going crazy. Wouldn't you say so?
Absolutely. When we went to visit DC,
Oh
it was
my
like,
gosh.
how do you guys get around here? How do you get from A to B? We just get in our car and like go, and we're there in a couple minutes.
You have to like schedule you have to get up at 3:30 in the morning just to go to work to be able to get off at a certain time to go do what you want to do.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
you literally plan your entire schedule. They plan their entire schedule around when they can drive their car.
Not an
That's-
issue in Iowa.
Not an issue here.
All right, guys, number 5 reason for living in Iowa is going to be the weather. The weather today is absolutely beautiful. It's 65 degrees and sunny.
Perfect.
Here in Iowa, you get all 4 seasons. You get the snow, you get, like for Christmas, you get a white Christmas, which is awesome. You get the spring, you get the fall, and you get the summer. You get them all.
So additionally about the weather is that you get, you can go do fun things while those seasons are happening. You can go to pumpkin patches just because we're in fall right now. It works out very well. You can go skiing, not great skiing, but you can't get that done. You've got some hiking. You've got pretty flat ground to go on any kind of bike trails or bike riding you want to do. So the weather is what I would say is a pro for most, but when we do our con video, there is going to be a little con to the weather, I promise you that.
Number 4 is going to be jobs and employment in the state of Iowa. The state of Iowa's unemployment rate is about 4.1, where the national average is about 5.4. So significantly lower, of course. There's plenty of jobs to be had here in the state of Iowa. We have plenty of different types of jobs as well. Agriculture, of course, is a huge one here in Iowa. Everyone knows that. But you also have your corporate jobs. You have your normal everyday jobs that come into play there. If you need a job or you're looking for a job, clearly Iowa is always hiring.
Finally, what you all been waiting for, the top 3. So number 3 is going to be the cost of living. The cost of living in Iowa is very reasonable and pretty low. It is about 50% less for the average housing cost, nationally average, in Iowa. So it's going to cost you a whole lot less to get that big house you've always wanted. There's only one topic that Iowa's even above average in, and it's only slightly above average, and that would be healthcare. Finally, if you make $50,000 a year or anything around there, you can live and you can put money away. You can live in a nice house. You can buy the things you want to buy here. If that $50,000, if you put that into a different state, maybe a bigger state, it's not going to go near as far. You might be living on some poverty levels at that point. But in Iowa, you can make a pretty good living, take some pretty good vacations, and you can live a pretty healthy and happy lifestyle. Number 2 coming at you is going to be vacations and being able to go have fun when you're on those vacations. Iowa has something unique as to where you don't have to make a ton of money to live, and you don't have to make a ton of money to do what you want to do. So when you go to these cool places, these places you always want to travel to, you can go live it up, and you can go have fun and spend money that you've saved up before. You don't have to chase your paycheck every single week or every single month, and you can go and enjoy it more so because of that lower cost of living and the ability to get out and do what you would like to do. And number 1, the people. This one should have been obvious for absolutely everybody who's watching this list. The people. They are great, they are fantastic, and they are extremely nice.
We alluded to it earlier about the community involvement with the college town type feel. Everyone in the state of Iowa will lend a helping hand at any given point. Of course, there's exceptions to the rules, always in any state. But here in Iowa, I mean, you get that really happy-go-lucky feel pretty much anywhere you go.
Yeah, if your car breaks down on the side of the road, if you need help shoveling, if you're out of town and you need someone to cut your grass for a little while, rest assured, your neighbors will help you. Your friend will come over and do it for free. They might ask you for a couple Busch Lights, in our case, hopefully Coors Light. But you can always find someone that's willing to help you. It doesn't matter where you're at, how long you've lived here for, but you can find that helping hand that you're going to want to look for. All right, guys, so that is our top 10 reasons that you should live in Iowa. If you have a reason that maybe we didn't think about, go ahead and throw it below if you do live in Iowa. I will say there are definitely some cons, and we're going to come out with that list coming pretty soon.
We're going to have to make a cons list for all these haters out there.
Yeah, we're going to have to. And honestly, there are a couple, but those are our top 10 reasons to live here. If you enjoyed this video, if you got something out of it, please like and subscribe to the channel. If not, we will catch you guys in the next one. We'll see you.